So here we go with the call, the Lincoln Tech Open Mod 80 start, Dave Baraball.
So the pace car now rolls to the safety of the access road. Coming off turn number 4, Ryan Priest, Max Zackham, 80 laps of thunder here on the half mile. We are underway. The drag race down into turn number 1 is won by the Hunt brothers, number 40 of Ryan Priest.
He slides right up in front of Max Zackham. Here comes Christopher to the bottom, took a peek for the lead, but right now that 7NY is looking to take second spot away from Zackham, but that was an impressive exit off a 2 for Christopher.
So having the lead, lap number 1 is Ryan Priest. Christopher on the move. He's put the 7NY down low in the battle between he and Zackham. On their back bumper, Woody Pitkat in the 88. He'll try to get by the 20 as they go down into 3.
Like rush hour on I-95, Pitkat to the inside of Max Zackham for third, put the 88 into the final spot of the podium. The top 3, top 4, single file. The battle for 5th between Dana DiMatteo and Todd Owen.
So Todd Owen stuck on the outside. Behind them, it is the 6th machine, the Mertz of Matt Galko, that trying to hold off Jake Johnson on the outside in the 15. Those 4 cars could fit under a blanket as they cross the stripe.
2 by 2, the battle for 5th, the battle for 7th, but the battle for 5th goes to Dana DiMatteo. Now here comes Matt Galko underneath Todd Owen for 6th spot. But that 81 rolls the top real good. Up front, Christopher gets a run off of turn 2, looks inside of Priest for the lead.
So he is able to chisel his way underneath Priest. Mike Christopher Jr. leads him back to the line, looks to pull away. Here comes Woody Pitkat as he closes in on Priest's back bumper.
Mike Christopher Jr. won an open modified race last season. It was his first open mod win at Stafford, and it was a big one. He's had quite a year this season across New England in the 7NY, whether it's a tour type race or a modified tour event. But he's not pulling away. Ryan Priest is right there in second, and as you mentioned, Pitkat in third.
And while we're looking at the top 3 bonds, the car I'm looking at is Jake Johnson. Right now, he's on the outside and just disposed of the 76.
Oh, trouble, turn 2. Craig Lutz in the 0-0 goes around, and now bring out the caution. Might have had a little contact with the car on his outside, but the yellow does fly for the driver who won the modified tour race last night at Thompson. Wondered if the momentum was going to carry over for Lutz, but early on, not quite. The first yellow flies on lap 5.
So he looks like he's able to get that car turned around. Remember, it's a different car. Yep. Last night he was piloting the Danny Watts number 82. Tonight he's in the Jimmy Page 0-0. So maybe a little different luck. And as you had mentioned, they struggled to get into the last Monaco race. And unfortunately, 5 laps in,
very often
we're going to have to go to the books. Right now, we're going to get ready to go to green. They come off the corner. Green is out. Race 1 down into turn 1 by Christopher of the Baldwin 7 on the inside, but now Priest overpowers him as a little trouble for Christopher.
Christopher's off the pace, and they're wrecking behind him in turn 2. Keith Rocco's in the wall. Anthony Flannery spins. Jeff Gallup's in the infield grass. That brings out the caution as something went awry in the 7NY, and that caused the whole field to check up, and Keith Rocco got the worst of it. Look at the right front of that car. Pretty fast. Flannery also on pit road, but he gets rolling. He was involved in that incident on turn 2. Flannery hasn't had much luck in the open modified either. The last time we saw the 25 CT at Stafford, it blew a flame after losing an engine. One of the more dramatic engine failures you'll see in a modified. But this time around, a minor spin for that 25 team compared to how a guy like Keith Rocco ended up. He'll join the field in the back of the pack as we get ready for the restart.
So what a restart it is. Ryan Priest, Woody Pitkat, as we go back to green. Priest nudges the 40 into the top spot, the lead as they go into 1, trying to hang on for all he's worth. And with an energy serve, here comes Woody Pitkat charging to the front.
Pitkat had a really good run off the turn. That thing cars on the top. Penny Root again, turn 4 and clear Priest for the lead. They're still side by side. Pitkat gets the run again, and he'll lead the lap and clear the 40 back in the line.
So now he has to drop down in front of Ryan Priest. The battle is on for third. Here comes Todd Owen streaking to the outside. He's gotten by Max Zackham, and in tow right behind him is Jake Johnson. Those 3 cars battling on for the 3rd spot as they come off turn 4.
The outside lane is working early on. Todd Owen up to 3rd. The battle's going to be for 4th. Maybe I spoke too soon. Zackham drives it in deep, but gives it all up off the corner. Made a little contact with Jake Johnson, who went wide, loses a couple spots. Here comes Matt Galko to capitalize.
Yeah, Galko capitalized when Johnson went up the track. Johnson may be in trouble. Is trying to snake his way underneath is Ronnie Williams. So Ronnie Williams now starting to begin his charge early in this race. He is in a battle for the 7th spot.
Ronnie Williams started back in 14th and quickly making his way to the top 5. Up front, Priest making a move to the inside of Pitkat. Nerf bar to nerf bar off turn 4. Pitkat let that time by. How about next time by? Priest drives in deep, bottoms out going to the corner, but Pitkat holds the outside strong.
A high-speed game of poker going on at the front of the field. Right now, Woody Pitkat on the outside, trying to make the charge around Ryan Priest. They come off the corner, down to the line, and it looks like Priest by about a wheel.
The battle between the 2011 SK Modified Champion and the 2013 SK Modified Champion at Stafford. But Priest has the advantage off of 2. Pitkat gets the run, but doesn't make a move going into 3.
Look at the experience of the top 3 drivers in this race right now, folks. You have Ryan Priest, you have Woody Pitkat, and you have Todd Owen. How many laps have they run around this track? And right now they set the pace early in the open 80.
They've run way too many laps for a guy like me to count, to say the least. Back in the 6th spot, Ronnie Williams inside Jake Johnson, and that 50 car is on the move. From 14th to 6th, the SK Modified winner tonight is coming up through the field. And a little deeper in the field, also making his move, Teddy Hodgson. He's just gotten underneath the 76 of Dana DiMatteo. Behind them, Chase Darling. Dowling starting to charge his way up through the field. You mentioned Hodgson. He started back in 17th. He's made his way up to the 7th position. That 55 car, which has seen a lot of success this year in the Tour Time Modifieds, making his way forward. Up front, Priest has about a car length lead. Tommy Berry Jr. is off the pace in the middle of the pack. You see him in that 4 car on the bottom of the racetrack. That team has had no luck in the Open Modifieds this year, and that bad luck seems to continue.
Well, the top 2 are content right now to run 1, 2. Ronnie Williams is not content. He's attacking high, low, trying to get by Matt Galco, trying to get a run as they go down the backstretch. We'll see if he's able to pull the pass off as they go down into turn number 3.
That's the Ronnie Williams line. Enter in high, get the run off of 2 on the bottom, and cross underneath down the backstretch, and he makes it work. Ronnie Williams from outside the top 10, now into the top 5, and he sets his sights on Max Zacco.
We'll look deeper in the field, a little battle going on right now between, looks like the 29 of Spencer Davis making his way up through the field. The next car on his list is the 5 of Chris Pastriak.
Spencer Davis just got past Tyler Berry. The line of cars, you got Spencer Davis, Tyler Berry, Craig Lutz, who just spun out on lap 5, making his way back up to the field. George Bassett Jr. and Dylan Izzo. Bassett right on the back bumper of Lutz. Back up front, Todd Owen is starting to reel in Pitkat for 2nd.
So we'll see what Owen has as they go down into turn 1. Max Zackham also trying to get back into that picture, the battle for 3rd. He has Ronnie Williams by about 4 car lengths back. Then it is the 6 of Galco making up our top 6.
Bassett just got by Craig Lutz in a nice move going to turn 1. And now he's going to send it on Tyler Berry in turn 3. 2 drivers that battle each week in the SK Light Modifieds, battling it out in the open mods, and Bassett takes the spot. Tyler Berry had a little bit of contact with Craig Lutz, and now Berry's in danger of losing the spot to the 0-0.
Trying to fight his way back from that altercation. Craig Lutz a little deeper in the field, making a move. The 11 now getting his way through the field. That is the Dylan Izzo machine. So that's the battle for 17 and 18. So while it's a little deeper in the field, it's still early in this race. They're trying to fight their way through the field as we go back to yellow.
Mark Buckeye has spun in turn 2 to bring out the caution, our 3rd yellow of the night. And right before that, Teddy Hodgson was making a move on Jake Johnson to move into 6th. Tell you what, Teddy Hodgson, or moving to 7th, I should say. Hodgson looking very impressive so far. That 55 car is the car they ran, you know, the Montanari fuel car. That's the car you're so used to seeing in the SK Modifieds, the SK Light Modifieds. But you have to be very impressed with what Hodgson's been able to do in the Open Modifieds. Even here at Stafford, he's competed in multiple races in the Open Mods. He's got 2 top 5s here this season. So the Hodgson crew trying to keep going in the right direction. They made a very good, impressive showing when they first got in this car up at New Smyrna, battling the top 5 every night. And that hasn't changed this year. That 55 is going in the right direction.
So to break down our leaders so far, Ryan Priest led laps 1 through 3. Then it was Mike Christopher Jr. He had laps 4 and 5. Woody Pitkat moved to the front for laps 6 through 9. And then on the 10th lap, it was Ryan Priest that was able to regain the run.
So 4 different leaders or 4 lead changes in the first 20 laps. That's pretty good. I mean, the action up front, even when Priest took the lead, he didn't really pull away from Pitkat. And in fact, Todd Owen, as I mentioned, reeled in Pitkat. So you had the top 3 all bumper to bumper to bumper. But after 19 laps, I still don't think you'll see anyone up front come in for pit stops. But guys further in the back, you see Tyler Berry on pit road, Jeff Gallup's on pit road, J.B. Fortin in the 1 car makes his way on the pit road for the first time, Anthony Bellows back in the pits. So 5 or 6 cars towards the second half of the field trying to figure out how to make their car drive better.
So we're getting the signal to double them up. Now, Ponsa, I'm looking, and I do not, and maybe I'm wrong, see the 7, so I don't think that Mike Christopher Jr. returned.
Looks like the 7NY is behind the wall. A tough break for Christopher, who's going to end up 30th.
Yeah, Bonds, just a heads up on that. It was a fuel pump on the 7 New York.
Okay.
Thank you for that, John. Tough break for those guys. Anytime they come to Stafford, you know they're going to be a contender, but not going to work out the way they hoped. Jake Johnson is going onto the access road. He was running just outside the top 5.
Exactly.
And now he's going
so
to
there's
got to
be something serious with the 15. We're going back to green flag racing, and what a shot! Ryan Preece took off like he was a bank robber in the Old West and going get out of town. But the sheriff, Woody Pitkat, has made his way back, and they're battling as they go down the backstretch.
Preece got a great jump, but bottomed out going to turn 1 and slid up the track. Woody took a look to the bottom, but backed off. Let Preece have the spot back. The first battle is for the 5th position. Ronnie Williams to the inside of Matt Galco back into 1.
So we'll see what happens with that battle. It is Galco out on the outside, Williams on the inside. A run by Galco to the high side. They stay side by side. And right behind them, here comes the charge of the 55 of Teddy Hodgson.
Williams will take the 5th spot after starting back in the 14th position. He's back in the top 5 after that battle from Matt Galco. Now he sets his sights on 4th place Todd Owen. Behind them, Teddy Hodgson setting his sights on Matt Galco. Here's Williams to the inside of Owen, the turn 3 bottom shot. Can he make it stick off of turn 4?
Williams will can opener his way underneath Owen. Trouble a little bit further back was we have a car up against the fence.
That's Tom Martino Jr. in the 9 New Jersey that went around the back of the pack. That'll bring out the caution. He kissed the guardrail a little bit, but doesn't seem to be too bad in terms of damage, and he will continue on. Tom Martino Jr. coming off a first-time Wall modified win at Wall Stadium earlier this season, making his debut here at Stafford. Not the best of starts, but there's still 58 laps to go.
Long way to go before this one's, over and done with.
So Ronnie Williams from 14th to 5th. Matt Galco gave him a bit of a hard time on the outside. We've seen the outside line work pretty good early on this 80-lap event. As you take a look at Jake Johnson on pit road. What a tough break for that 15 team. They looked so good in practice, so good in the heat race. Let's see if John Gates has anything on the 15MA.
Yeah, they're looking at the front end of that car. It looks to me like a water pump could be wrong. They are looking towards the front side of that motor. So it does look like there's some steam or some liquid on the front side of that motor. So it looks like Jake Johnson's night could be over.
See Mark Bach on pit road as well.
We see 2 cars coming in, one being Todd Owen.
And the other, Chase
Chase
Dowling.
So that's some pretty big news, and they're going to have to move quickly because we're getting the signal. We're going back green flag racing next time by.
Well, the pace lights are not quite off yet, so they might go back around one more time.
Yeah.
I see the 81, they got the right side jacked up. Looks like they're going to be switching tires here. Yep, right front to the right rear rear to the right front. And on Dowling's car, they're lifting up the right side of the car, but I didn't see any tire changes or anything. So.
It looked like they were making an adjustment, so perhaps they're either putting in or taking out some wedge. One of the guys can maybe find that out for us.
Yeah, it looks like a shock issue with the number 9 machine. Looks like they did get it corrected, whatever it was. It was almost like a front-end alignment right here on pit road for the S&S paving number 9 of Chase Dowling. And the 81, yes, indeed, the tire swap was completed for Todd Owen.
Usually we talk about the left side tires being swapped. Not often do we mention the right side tires being swapped. It's too early to change the tires, so why not swap them and see if you get better grip out of the tires? Maybe with the right front being in the right rear, you might have some grip coming off the corner. You might have a little more forward drive. So we'll see what happens with Todd Owen. We'll keep an eye out. The back of the pack, how much progress does he make forward with the right side tires being swapped? 1 to go, getting ready to go green. Ryan Preece picking the outside.
And the last time, Ryan Preece was like a light bolt He shot right out to the lead over Woody Pitkat. We're going to see what happens this time by on the restart. Behind them, the 20 of Zachem. And then it looks like we have Ronnie Williams making up our top 4. We are back under green once again. Priest rockets his way out to the lead. Trying to follow that vapor trail was Ronnie Williams, but finds it blocked by Woody Pitkat.
Williams had a decent run off of turn 2, not enough to make the move on Pitkat for second. Max Zachem back and forth. Teddy Hodgson trying to move into the top 5 on the outside of Matt Galko as they cross the stripe.
So Hodgson going to work on the high side. Can he make the move stick in the Montanari Fuels number 55 over Matt Galko? Gets the 55 out in front by a little. He'll look to clear as they go into turn 3.
Teddy Hodgson breaks into the top 5 after starting back in 17th position. Further back, the first battle on the track, how about George Bissett Jr.? Bissett started back in 23rd, his first open modified start, and he's trying to break into the top 10, battling Dana DiMatteo.
Well, whatever nerves he had when you guys talked to him earlier, they're gone right now. He's sitting behind the wheel. He's in his comfort zone, and he is trying to pick off cars. Next one on his list is the 55. It's the 89 of Matt Swanson.
Look 2 further cars ahead. The 77 of Matt Gallo. Gallo started back in the 23rd spot. He's made his way up to 7, so we've seen a couple of big movers early on this open modified feature.
Well, the brand names may be leading the way, but we're talking about those other names, those drivers that we talked about that perhaps tonight is their night. They're having a great run. We don't know how this is all going to play out right now. Yeah, Ryan Priest is a leader, but some of those lesser names, they're having a great run tonight.
Back in turn 2, Tyler Berry and Todd Owen got together, and Tyler Berry somehow hung on to the car. It backed the back half of the field, or back third of the field up. They keep it going, though. Todd Owen trying to make forward progress after pitting. Same with Chase Dowling.
Yeah, so they are a little bit off the pace, deeper in the back of the pack. It looks like the front 20, 25 cars bonds have strung out, running single file right now, perhaps playing that waiting game. We have yet to hit the halfway point. We're not even 30 laps in this race.
After all the yellows early on, maybe now's the time to click some laps off. Save your tires a little bit. We don't know when the next caution is going to be coming out. We've already lost 5 cars tonight with Keith Rocco, Mike Christopher Jr., Robert Bloxon III, Tommy Barrett, and Jake Johnson all not finishing this race.
Well, we mentioned the big mover so far. It's been George Bissett. Started 23rd. He's all the way up to 9th right now.
What a drive by the Mad Pup. So nervous early on, but it seems like the butterflies went away as soon as he got in the seat, fired that engine up, and got his first laps in the books. Further up front, Ryan Priest still leads by about a couple of car lengths over Woody Pitkat. Ronnie Williams is right there in 3rd, trying to take that 2nd spot away, as that 50 car is showing a lot of speed, along with the 55 back in 5th.
So we'll see what Ronnie Williams has in his bag of tricks. He's starting to close in a little bit on Woody Pitkat as they bounce their way off the corner and will complete lap number 31. And then it is another driver that we talked about, is Max Zachem running 4th, a strong run for a name, not a brand name, but having a good run tonight in the Lumax package machine.
He has a 4th place finish in the Spring Sizzler back in 2019. That's his best finish at Stafford so far. He's equaling that right now. We're on lap 32 out of 80, and the top 3 continue to be spaced out pretty evenly. Looking further back, Todd Owen lost a lot of ground after his close call with Tyler Berry. He's caught back up to the back part of the field and makes a move on the outside of Jeff Gallup, trying to move up. Ronnie Williams slowly reeling in the 88 per second spot, but Pitkat goes a little wide off of 4, and the 50 looks to capitalize.
And another name that we mentioned, again, not a brand name, but a big mover. Started 21st on the field. He's running 7th right now, and that's the 77, the Gallo machine, as they go down the backstretch. But the battle that we're really looking at is that 1 for second. Woody Pitkat so far seems to have all the answers for every attack that Ronnie Williams takes on the inside.
Woody's running a higher line as Williams sends it in deep on the bottom in turn 1. But Pitkat is running a higher line, one of the higher line tracks or routes we've seen. Turn 1, though, Eric Goodale's fallen off the pace. One of the top drivers all season, the open modified at Stafford. He's on the back straightaway, slowing dramatically. The battle for second is on, though. Ronnie Williams to the inside of Woody Pitkat.
So has Ronnie Williams finally tuckered out the Dunleavy 88 as they go down off turn number 2 and down the backstretch? Williams trying to put the Empower number 50 into the 2nd spot. Closing in is Max Zachem. Can he also get by Pitkat?
Max Zachem is right there in the 4th spot. Teddy Hodgson in 5th. Goodale might be down a cylinder. That car is not going on the straightaways. In fact, he's going to pull it on the pit road right now. There's the 58 car. Tough break for the GAF machine. And, well, That's the way it goes sometimes. Not just a matter of attrition when it comes to accidents, it's mechanical attrition as well.
And another driver, as we said, these guys are making big moves. Teddy Hodgson started on the race in 17. He's all the way up to 5th and trying to close in on Max Zackham in the battle for 4th, but they're all trying to track down Ryan Preece, who's opened up about a 7-car length advantage.
Todd Owen restarted the back of the pack after swapping right side tires. He's up to 15th and closing in right now on the 28 of Buddy Charette. They're making their way to the start-finish line right now. There's the battle for the 14th position. Todd Owen seems to have a pretty fast car as you see the exhaust coming out of the 28 to come up to turn 2 go to pit road.
Yeah, the 58 in here. This was the engine cover off. Taking a look inside here. Look closely.
Tough break for the 58 team. Been so fast all year, top 5, top 10 speed. Todd Owen has gotten past Buddy Charette to move up to 14th spot. Up front, things have settled down for now, but we're halfway. 40 down, 40 to go. It's Preece out in front, but there's a little bit of lap traffic on the same straightaway as that 40.
Well, the last time that they were here with that number 40 Bonson, Ryan Preece had problems and actually had to retire from the race. Right now through the halfway point, he's the strongest competitor in the field. But as you said, we've just only completed halfway through this race. Ronnie Williams is looking to track him down and is ever so slightly making that lead go away.
The gap is about a second, but slowly but surely the 50 car trying to chip in to that 40 car's lead. Further back, George Bissett Jr. trying to reel in Matt Swanson. That'll be a battle for 8th. A good run for Matt in that 89 family team. He started back in 12th spot, gained a few positions early on, has held his own up in the top 10. Matt Galco slowly reeling in on Teddy Hodgson right now. That'll be a battle for the 5th spot as Ryan Preece, he's got about 3 or 4 cars in front of him, including Mark Bacai, whose car is loose as a goose. And Austin Bassett has gone to the infield grass on the front straightaway. He keeps going, though. No caution.
So we'll stay under green, and another car that's making a rebound. Craig Lutz, we saw him around off turn number 2.
Yep.
Right now, he's come all the way back through the field. He's in the 12th spot, and he's starting to gain a little bit on Pastriak. Maybe he can make it in the top 11.
Good comeback so far for the driver that won the 2019 fall final. Preece gets past the first lap machine. That's Mark Bacai. As we go to pit road once again.
Yeah, the 58 car is got an engine expired. They're done tonight.
That's a tough break for Goodale. So another big contender, another big name out in the first half of the race.
Yeah, the name that we said, is one of the contenders for grabbing the win. Right now goes back behind pit wall. Well, these are the breaks of racing. Now, has Ryan Preece, he had a tough break the last time, but right now he has a strong car, that Hunt Brothers 40, and stretching it out over Ronnie Williams.
Moving back to the 8th spot, George Bissett Jr. has reeled in Matt Swanson. They're in the middle of 1 and 2 right now. Bissett gets a great jump off of 2. Oh, he pushed up a little bit, though, and had to back off at the last second, but Bissett trying to get past the 89 of Swanson and continue his impressive open modified debut in that black and orange Lasco roofing in sheet metal 39. The battle for 3rd is starting to tighten up a little bit, though, as Zackham tries to reel in the Sultan of Stafford.
Every once in a while, Max Zackham's able to get a run and get pretty close to Woody, and then Woody's able to turn on the power and pull away. It looks like on the straightaways, that's where Woody's the strongest. Going through the turns, that's where Max seems to be the strongest and close up.
It's also playing a game of how hard do you go right now, because we're in a long green flag run. Are we going to go all the way on this run? Will the tires wear out? Whose cars will come to life as the tires wear away? Because these tires, the Tour type modified tire compounds, are pretty soft compared to what you see in the weekly division. So they have a lot of grip early on, but they do wear out over time, and that's why that pit stop will be critical if they have a chance to come to pit road.
And it looked like that number 9 got a little loose in front of Woody Pitkat, and that could have been disaster for Woody. He was able to contain it, Woody able to get by, Zackham able to get by, and the next car that's looking to get by is the 55 of Teddy Hodgson.
On the front straightaway, you're looking at J.B. Ford, or not J.B. Ford, Mark Bacai in the 52. Spun out earlier in the race, has been off the pace ever since. Now you're looking at the battle for 3rd. Woody Pitkat in the 88, Max Zackham in the blue 20 car. Not too far behind them, Teddy Hodgson, who's trying to get past the lap car of Tom Martino Jr. Less than 30 laps to go in the Lincoln Tech Open 80. Right now, it's all Ryan Preece.
And I think what's really surprising is that the 9 of Chase Dowling is really yet to be a force in this race.
Right.
He sits 18th. we're down to inside 30 laps to go in this race. And that is something to me that is amazing, that that car has yet to make a charge through the field or even be up at the front.
He's slowly reeling in before MA of Jeff Gall to try and take the 17th spot. Todd Owen making his way up to 14th. He's kind of stuck there right now. He's got a ways to go to get to Dylan Izzo in 13th. Up front, there's your leader, Ryan Preece, and he's got a large gap back to Ronnie Williams, over 2 seconds to the 50 car. Woody Pitkat in third. Max Zackerman fourth, Teddy Hodgson to round out the top 5. Preece coming back around the corner to take the stripe. It'll be 26 or 26 laps to go. Laps are clicking by quickly.
And then in 6th, it's Matt Galco in the 6th. 7th is Matt Gallo. Then we have the Swanson machine running in 8th. George Bissett, you can't say enough about his first full modified run running in 9th, and Dana DiMatteo making up our top 10.
One thing's for certain, if there is a caution that comes out, you'll see a busy pit road.
There will, a line of cars will head down to pit road, and it'll get pretty busy down there. And that's the game that we're playing. Is it going to be green the rest of the way out? Down to 25 laps to go. Ryan Preece has the strongest car, but anything can, that's the X factor. A yellow comes out, it all changes.
We talked about attrition. A mechanical failure can happen. We saw it with Preece in the last open mod race. He broke while running top 5. So nothing is set in stone by any means. Less than 25 to go is still Preece out in front. And we mentioned Chase Dowling. Dowling is less than a straightaway away from being last.
Yeah, so Ryan Preece now is starting to, get to the back of the field. Does that play a little bit of a factor? Yes, they're going to get the passage flag, but perhaps, some cars battling may hold him up, allow Ronnie Williams to close in a bit. But right now, what's it, a quarter of a turn that Ronnie Williams is behind our leader.
Some of those cars in the back of the pack are evil. They look very unstable. So Preece will have to be careful as they approach the lap cars. Don't want to fall a lap down, especially if precaution comes out. They'll have a chance to stay on the lead lap and make some adjustments when they hit pit road. Dowling gets super sideways off 4. He goes around in the infield grass. The car slowly skids to a stop, but it brings out the caution.
With 21 to go.
Well,
now do you give up track position or do you go for it?
I think you got to pit. I tell you what, John Gates and Tim Perkowski are going to be really busy down on pit road here in a lap or two once we get the green light from the turn 3 gate. But Chase Dowling, whatever has been wrong with that car, they doesn't seem to figure it out, because that car just went on its own coming off of turn 4 and went for a wild slide through the grass.
And this is where the crew chiefs earn their money, Bonsa. They are making the call. They're the one that's radioing in to their driver and saying what's going on, what's taking place. So let's go through once again. So our leaders were on the 1 through 3 was Ryan Preece.
Yep.
4 through 5 was Mike Christopher Jr. 6 through 9 was Woody Pitkat. Ryan Preece took the lead with lap 10. He's held it all the way through lap 58. The question is, once that turns green off turn number 3, what plays out on pit road?
Now, ahead of time, teams already know what their strategy would be in terms of their change tires. They know ahead of time they're going to change 2 right sides or 2 rears. But I mentioned before, do you swap the left sides? There's so many different elements. The problem is if you swap the left sides and change the right sides, it's a longer pit stop. You lose a ton of track position, even though you might have some more grip. So are you willing to take that risk? There's just over 20 laps to go. We've seen it before where drivers make that risk of taking the new right side tires and swapping the lefts, falling to the back of the pack, but flying their way through the front of the field within 20 laps. We saw Preece do it last year. He went from about 20th to 1st in about 20 laps. And look at that, the light's green. So
this is the first time that they're going to get to dive into turn 3. We're going to see who are all the takers lining up behind Ryan Preece. And it looks like Ryan Preece is going to lead them as he's led the race down onto pit road. Gentlemen, get ready for action.
This could decide the race right here. Who gets the fastest pit stops, who changes what tires, who comes out of pit road in the lead.
So pretty much everybody, Bonsa, has taken the call that they're going to pit road. The only car that stays out is the number 9 machine. Pit road action is on. Let's go, guys.
The Hunt brothers, number 40, pulls into the pit with Ryan Preece behind the wheel. Jack up the rear of the car. Looks like they're going for rear right side. Brand new tire on the rear right side, taking off the left side as well on the rear. Max Zackham also in the pit area. He is looking at the same deal with the right side jacked up. Brand new tire on the front right. having a little bit of problem on the Ryan Preece rear left tire, trying to get that tire off. Max Zackum's going to be the first car out.
Down in the 39 pit, you got George Bissett Jr. taking right side only. A little bit of work going on in the 77 car up ahead, working on the right side in the right front of that vehicle.
Well, Ronnie Williams is the first to come out of pit road. That'll give him the lead, followed by Woody Pitkat, Max Zackum, Matt Galco, and Ryan Preece, who lost 4 spots on that pit stop. That could be vital.
Well, for Ryan Preece, that seems to be something that also happens in a couple of other divisions, that he loses time on pit road. We have more action going on pit road.
Yeah, Dave, a few more cars coming out. Todd Owen, he just got his pit stop completed. But, yeah, the problem with the Preece machine was the left rear. They just could not get that lug nut off in time. And, boy, Ryan was frustrated there trying to get out of the pits as the lead car. Coming into the pits as the lead car and wanted to get out as the lead car as well. So unfortunate for the number 40.
Now, I think most of the cars up in front changed 2 tires. I don't think anybody in the front swapped left sides. We saw Preece take 2 new rears. I believe most of the other guys took right side tires. But Williams had a fast pit stop, and Williams has said before in previous races that fast pit stops have helped that team stay up in front in these open modified races.
Yeah, I think we've seen it a couple of times where he's gone in, not the leader, gotten a very quick pit stop. They're normally down closer into turn number 1 area. They're able to get out a little quicker, and they've been able to make up time in the pits that they lost maybe on the track. So right now he's going to come out the leader, but you know, he's got a pretty tough competitor on the inside in Woody Pitkat. But it does look like Ronnie's going to choose the outside on this restart.
You look at the front row, you got the 2 drivers who have won the most open modified races at Stafford. Ronnie Williams has 3 open mod wins. Woody Pitkat has 3 open mod wins. One of them is looking for their 4th. Pitkat is looking to become the first driver to win 3 consecutive open modified races at Stafford. Williams chose the outside, as you mentioned. He's gotten great drive off the corners doing so. But how far will Woody take it deep into turn 1?
So we're back under green flag, and it is Williams on the outside who gets the jump over Pitkat. Pitkat trying to fight back. He's got a nose underneath the 50 of Williams. Williams just powers away as they go into turn 3.
And here comes Matt Galco on the outside of Pitkat trying to take 2nd spot. I think Pitkat got into the back of Williams a little bit there coming off of turn 4. Galco now trying to hold the 3rd spot away from Max Zackum, who takes a look to the inside.
So Zackum on the attack. Can he grab 3rd away? Right behind them is Ryan Preece trying to rebound from that pit stop. The top 5 cars fling themselves into turn number 3. The leader of the fight is Ronnie Williams.
And the battle for 3rd rages on between Max Zackum and Matt Galco, and Ryan Preece looking for any way to get past the both of them and get back to the front. Off of 2, Pitkat does not get off the corner at all. Now it's a battle for 2nd.
So he almost blocked Galco a little bit as he had the same line as Galco. Zackum continues to work his way underneath. They are tooth and nail as they go down to turn number 1. Here comes Preece to the outside. 3 cars fighting for the same spot of asphalt.
The 20 and the 6, Zackum and Galco. Nerf bar for the 3rd spot, but Galco gets the steam off of turn 2. But Zackum sends it in deep into the corner and makes that car stick. Preece looked to the inside to make it 3 wide. They made a little contact. Preece has to back off and stay in 5th spot.
Well, the big winner in this entire battle is Ronnie Williams, who's pulled away a bit from Woody Pitkat. Behind them, Matt Swanson and the 55 of Teddy Hodgson has been battling it out for the last couple of laps. That battle is won by Hodgson for now, but we'll go back to 4th. It is still now Ryan Preece making a move underneath Matt Galco.
And Preece makes quick work of that 6th car. Now he's looking for 3rd on Zackum. Will he make the move here? Yes, he will, but Zackum shuts the door. Preece has to back out of it. A little bit of contact between those 2. Back in the 6th spot, you got a battle between Teddy Hodgson and Matt Swanson.
So Matt Swanson now trying to make his way underneath Hodgson. He'll clear him again. Swanson's trying to fight back. What a run this is for Teddy Hodgson in the 55. That's a bounce back for that team running 6th. And you have the 20 of Matt Zackum. You have 2 guys that you're really not the brand names having great runs here tonight. And Zackum holding off Ryan Preece.
Yeah, but how long can he hold off that 40 car? Preece gives him a shot in the back bumper off of 2. Now looks to the inside for 3rd spot. Preece is going to send it. Zackum can't shut the door. Move to 40, up to 3rd.
So how much of that car has Ryan Preece used up. We're down to 14 laps left. He's got to get by Woody Pitkat first to try to get a run at Ronnie Williams. And Ronnie Williams has pulled away by what? About 10 car lengths. Trouble for
Zacham's off
Zachem.
the pace. Max Zacham's off the pace from 4th spot. Something has gone amiss in that 20 car. What a shame for that 20 car. He was so fast. And he's going to stop in turn 3. It looks like he's not even going to make it to the access road. And that's going to bring...
Hi, I'm Tom.
The top 3.
They almost got into the wall. Pitkat leads that time by 12 laps to go.
Ronnie Williams not giving up yet. Priest looking for a move down low. Williams able to fight off Pitkat for now for the lead. The top 3 cars freight training their way through the corner. Here comes the 55. What a story it is for Teddy Hodgson. He's looking to pull into 4th.
And he's going to make the pass on Matt Galta, who will follow in line in 5th. How about Chris Pastriak? We haven't really talked about him all night. He's in the 7th position, looking to take 6th away from Matt Swanson, who's trying to take 5th away from Galco. Back up front, though, the top 3 are still bumper to bumper to bumper.
And we are down to the final 10. Williams leads him across the line. A couple of times Priest gave a tap to the back bumper of Pitkat, trying to loosen him up, let him know that he's there. Once again, he's on the back bumper of the 88 as they go down the backstretch. Pulling away is Ronnie Williams.
How patient is Priest going to be? He looks like he's faster than the 88 of Pitkat. Runs the apron throughout the entire corner. Doesn't get the drive off, though, and loses a couple car lengths.
And the laps are clicking off the scoreboard. So Ryan Priest knows pretty soon he's going to have to dispose of Woody Pitkat.
Turn 1. Jeff Gallup goes around into the infield grass. Can he get the car going? He's still stationary into turn 2 infield. The field comes off of 4, but the caution is out.
Zachem, Max.
And he ran a cast here at Stafford.
Outside by the 88 of Pitkat as he gets pushed into turn 1, and now the field stacks up behind him.
We got multiple cars up in the safer barrier. Matt Gallup.
Infield care in the SK modified.
Spots on pit push. Does that Dana DiMatteo going to have trouble? Position from the street stocks to the SK Light modifieds. Now he's got 5 SK Light wins. Dipping his toes in the open modifieds. Who knows what's in store for that team if they move up to the opens next year while still doing SK Light modifieds. But here we go. Ronnie Williams gets another chance to correct his restart with 9 laps to go.
This restart could determine the race. They come off turn number 4. Let's see what kind of jump everybody gets. Again, the outside belongs to Woody Pitkat. He leads them down into turn number 1.
And Teddy Hodgson's going to try and make the outside work and take 2nd spot. And he's going to do it. The 50 goes from 1st to 3rd, and now he's being threatened for 3rd against Matt Swanson.
So he has to fight his way back, trying to hold off the charge of Swanson. Here comes a look down low from Priest. Attack from behind on Ronnie Williams.
Chris Pastriak loses several spots in the front straightaway. He falls outside the top 10. Williams under pressure from Priest for the 3rd spot. They're running out of time. It'll be 7 laps to go, and they come back around. Priest trying to take the 3rd spot. Hodgson right on the back bumper of Woody.
So Priest now moves into and a battle for the lead as Pitkat gets out of shape. Teddy Hodgson leads the charge off turn number 2. Woody Pitkat in 2nd, and Ryan Priest right below as they go into turn 3.
Pitkat gave a shot to the 55. He returns the favor, sends it deep in the 3. He takes the lead back. Dynamite racing as they take the stripe. 6 laps to go. Pitkat back in front.
Can Teddy Hodgson now be left on the outside? He has a battle on his hands with Ryan Priest. Now trying to snake in there is the 50 of Williams. Pulling away is Woody Pitkat. Pitkat trying to make it 3 in a row here at Stafford.
5 laps to go. Priest takes 2nd spot from Hodgson and gains ground on Pitkat. Does he have enough to get past the 88? Right on the back bumper, pounding the back bumper of the 88, but Pitkat gets the drive off the corner.
And Ronnie Williams has gotten into 3rd. Does he have anything left? They're trying to gang up on Woody Pitkat. They come off the corner. Pitkat leads him down to the line. He's opened up about a 2-car length advantage over Ryan Priest.
Less than 4 laps to go. The top 6 all together off of turn 2. Pitkat able to pull away again from Priest off the corner. Hodgson takes a look at 3rd, slams the brakes because Williams shut the door big time.
Trying to take a look down low was Ryan Priest. Found the window shut, goes up high, tries to change his line on the 88 of Pitkat. Ryan Priest on the charge as they go down the backstretch. They'll come off turn number 4. We are down to 2 laps to go.
Priest takes a look to the outside. He had a good run off of turn 2, trying to get a good run off of turn 4, and he does. 2 laps to go. Less than a car length between the top 2, with Ronnie Williams lurking in third. A shot to the back bumper by Priest.
Once again, Priest trying to test Woody Pitkat. They go down into turn number 3. The white flag gets ready to fly as they come off the corner and down to the stripe. Here is Priest's opportunity. Pitkat slams the door shut.
This is it. We're on the white flag. We're on the last lap. One final shot for Priest coming off at turn 2. Does he have enough? He's going to try going to turn 3, but a car length separates the top 2. Priest drives it in deep. Can he get to the back bumper of Pitkat? No, he cannot. A look off at turn 4. A little bit of contact. Checkered flag. 3 in a row for Woody Pitkat. He wins the Lincoln Tech Open 80. Ryan Priest ends up second after a valiant run at the end. Ronnie Williams ends up in the 3rd spot. Teddy Hodgson, top 5 finish in 4th, and Matt Swanson in 5th.
Finishing in 6th, it'll be Matt Galco. George Bassett with a spectacular run comes home 7th. Craig Lutz rebounded to come home 8th. Todd Owen 9th, and Dana DiMatteo rounded out our top 10.
Finishing back in the 11th spot is Tyler Berry. What a run for Tyler Berry in that 21 team. He finishes 11th. Chris Pasteryak 12th. Jeff Gallup 13th. Spencer Davis 14th. And Buddy Charette rounds out the top 15.
In 16th, it was Matt Gallo. Then it was Anthony Flannery 17th. Anthony Bello came home 18th. Chase Dowling 19th. And Austin Bassett rounded out our top 20.
A little drift by Woody Pitkat as he celebrates his 3rd consecutive open modified win. J.B. Fortin, Dylan Izzo, Mark Bacai,